If you are over the age of 35, stop everything you're doing right now. After a lifetime of eating fatty foods, you may run the risks of a stroke or heart attack due to plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. To learn how you can reduce your risks, visit youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today. This may be a life-changing call for you or someone you love. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you.
Youthfountainlab.com. The link is at the top line of the description box. This may be the decision that changes your life or saves your life forever. All right, let's get into this whole Joey Crack, snitch allegation that popped off the other day. Now, some paperwork surfaced the other day online, and it was questionable whether the paperwork was real. Well, we actually now it's gotten so big, it blew up so much that Fat Joe actually just released a video addressing the paperwork, whether or not it's real or fake. Brace yourself. I'm telling you, man, this one right here is crazy. And after this, people are still kind of wondering, like, yo, man, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like his response. A lot of people said, that he did justice by, but I'm going to play it real quick before I do. Make sure you guys subscribe to Hip Hop News Uncensored. Smash that like button real quick and make sure you share this video. This one's hot off the press. Here's Fat Joe addressing the paperwork that was released the other day.
It's the biggest in the game, the big show, aka Mr. Viral is back. Now, what's up, y'all? I missed y'all. Let's get to it. Okay. Joe Crack the Dawn has never been a rat in his life, has never told on a person in his life. I kill myself before I tell on somebody. Let's be clear about that, right? Now, with that being said, you have to realize, whether you know it or not, I'm at another level in my life. I worked very, very hard to get to where I'm at. So I have friends, the biggest in the world, the biggest in the game, hitting me up. Yo, Joe, don't respond to these people. You bigger than that. Yo, Joe, don't this and this and that. They're trying to bring you down. Because you know that yesterday's price is not today's price. And mind you, I'm in Hermes. So now let me get this going, right? So now, today's about love or hate. Today's about love or hate. Now, meaning, we call people haters. But are they really haters? Or do they hate that people love you? I repeat, we call people's haters. But do they really hate you? Or they hate that people love you? Now, the type of shit that I'm about to talk about today might be the realest shit you ever heard in your life. Rich people, you could think about them, the biggest guys in the world. If you ever notice why they don't show how they're living, why they don't show their cribs, why they don't do that, think about your favorite artists, the richest people you know. It's because, unfortunately, people tend to get jealous of people living good and being successful. It's just a fact. Jealous ones still envy. And so they don't choose to show it. Now, Fat Joe, I come from the projects like you. I come from welfare like you. I come from the streets like you. And so when I show that we're in a plane or we're having a great time or we having this, it's only used for inspiration. It's used to inspire you to win. Now, people in the past have never given you this opportunity. people that came before me, even people now. We always have a crabs in the barrel mentality to where we pull everybody down and we never want to see them win or rise to the top. So now, should we focus on the haters or should we focus on the people that hate that people love you? This is a big thing, right? So now I'm going to tell you some shit and I don't want to offend nobody because this is really real. And if you tell me, Joe, you're the greatest storyteller ever in the world, then let me tell you a story. I got a story to tell, okay? Now don't get upset with me because this is going to sound not true, but you could Google everything, right? A month ago, I never talked about nothing. My brother Mutabel, salam alaikum, he's out in Saudi, formerly known. Please don't call me if you have my number now, guys, because I won't pick up ever again. My friend Mutabel, a.k.a. Napoleon of the Outlaws, tells this story that I don't even believe. He says, 20-some years ago, Tupac Shakur, may he rest in peace, had trouble in the jail, and Fat Joe sent the kite upstate to make sure he was good and he was protected. Now, the story's true. I talk a lot of shit, but I never told that story in 20 years because real dudes do real things. So he tells the story. Tupac's right-hand man says, yo, Fat Joe saved Tupac. That's hard for some people to digest. This is Tupac Shakur, who I has labeled the realest rapper on the planet Earth. Cool. The next 2 weeks later, Common, formerly Common Sense, gets on an interview. I never told this story in 20 years. He gets on an interview where he says, Joey Crack, that brother saved my life. I was in LA and the Bloods was going to kill me, as in assassinate me, as in murder me. And Fat Joe jumped in front of it and said, please, because I'm not acting like I'm tougher than my people out there. But I said, listen, I grew up with him. Do it for me. Give me the pass. Do not hurt my brother Common. I grew up with him. He's my brother. He says this in an interview. I never asked him to say that. He says this in an interview. Fat Joe saved my life. Now, let's go forward. 2 weeks ago, we throw the Batman, we throw the Terror Squad emblem next to the Empire State Building.